y'all, it's Care. As some of you may know, I have a serious problem with self-control when it comes to library books. And let me tell you, COVID-19 has not slowed me down in the slightest. I've still been going online, ordering these books, and then going to the little drive-through pickup that my library offers. It is such a cute system. I'm really thankful for this system because I can attribute so much of my reading to the library. I wouldn't be able to read as much if I didn't have their resources. Both the actual books that I check out from there and the ebook and audiobook selection that they have online. I don't know why this has turned into a love letter to my library, but I can totally go there because it's such a nice experience. I love them. But anyway, a few weeks ago I checked out 9 books and I still haven't read any of them. I just renewed all of them for 2 more weeks, but I was starting to feel guilty, like I should take some of these back. I know I can't get to all of them. So I'm gonna go back to the library tomorrow to turn in some of the books. So the plan is that tonight I'm gonna read a little bit of each book and kind of get a feel for each one, see what I'm in the mood for, and then take the rest back tomorrow. That's right, I'm vibe checking these bad boys, and if they don't pass, they're going back. And I guess I'll add a little disclaimer here. If you see your favorite book and I'm not feeling it right now and I take it back, that does not mean it's not a good book. That doesn't mean I don't have any interest in picking up the book in the future. It's just something I don't see myself reading within the next 2 weeks. So first I'm gonna run through everything I have checked out. I don't know what most of these are about actually. I'm just gonna hold them up, kind of tell you why I checked it out from the library, why I'm interested in it. Then I'm gonna go read a little bit and I'll come back and tell you what has made the cut. Let me go ahead and get this first one out of the way because it doesn't make any sense. I have Saga Volume 3 here. I really want to read this series, but sadly I checked out Saga Volume 1. There was a little misunderstanding. They gave me Volume 3. I didn't complain. I didn't even mention it. I didn't say there was a problem. That's on me. That's my personality. I don't have a problem with it. I'll get it another time. It's fine. But I won't be reading this tonight, obviously, because I've not read the first 2 installments. I also have We Are the Ants by Sean David Hutchinson. I feel like this could possibly be one of my new all-time favorite books. There are a lot of booktubers, large and small booktubers on here who really think that this is their favorite book of all time. It's hard-hitting contemporary YA, which is a genre I am not familiar with at all. But one of my favorite books, Radio Silence by Alice Oseman, is in that same genre. I think this might have a similar feel. This actually has supernatural elements, I'm pretty sure, which is, again, outside of my comfort zone. But I do want to get to it at some point, so that's why I checked this out from the library. Really quick side note, a lot of these books, I'll be saying that. It's something where I'm like, this is something outside of my comfort zone or whatever. That's the perfect library book to check out, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't want to spend that money, if you don't think you're gonna like it, check it out from the library. Don't know why I'm saying this like it's new information to you, but that's my advice. Next is one that I would have no problem spending my own money on. It's The Troop by Nick Cutter. When I saw that my library finally had this in stock, I went ahead and checked it out. I think that I already did start this a few times. This is a horror novel about a Boy Scout troop whose camping trip goes wrong. I don't know anything else except for it's supposed to be pretty scary, so I'm excited for it, and this is kind of what I'm in the mood for, so I think it's probably gonna make it through the cut. Next is Twice in a Blue Moon by Christina Lauren. I just finished Romance-a-thon this past week where I actually did a pretty good job with my TBR. So this is gonna go one of 2 ways. I'm either going to be really feeling it in the romance groove and want to just sit down and read it all tonight and tomorrow, or I'm gonna be kind of tired of this genre and pass it back along. I do think this is gonna be second chance romance, which is something that I've not dabbled in with this like new romantic genre that I've been reading. I really like the enemies to lovers trope and even friends to lovers, so second chance romance is gonna be new to me. I'm kind of excited to see how I feel about it though. Then going back into horror is Pet Sematary by Stephen King. I'm a Stephen King fan, but I've not read too many of his works. I think I've read about 3 or 4 books from him, a few novellas, and Pet Sematary always seems to be one of the classics when people talk about King. I kind of want to finish my trifecta of The Shining, It, and Pet Sematary. I feel like those are the 3 that people talk about when they talk about Stephen King. Most of the time, I'm not making a generalization, but I feel like those 3 come up a a lot. This book does seem pretty long. I don't know if I'm gonna be keeping it this time around, but it's definitely something I know I'm gonna read at some point in the future. Next, I grabbed The Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo. This is an author I'm really excited to read from this year. I know that this book is written entirely in verse. I don't read too much poetry, so this is another one that's outside of my comfort zone a little bit. I've not read poetry since college, so I'm thinking that this is maybe free verse? I'm just making stuff up. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'll check back in after I start it tonight, and everything I've heard about this book is just that it's beautifully written, and I'm excited to start it tonight. Next is Uzumaki by Junji Ito. This is another author I really want to read more from this year. Is this a graphic novel or is this a manga? Or I don't know. I'm gonna have to look all this stuff up. I had no planning, like literally zero planning went into the making of this video, so we're just rolling with it tonight. Next is one I haven't heard too many people talk about. It's The Invited by Jennifer McMahon. I saw my friend Brittney from Books with Britannica pick this up a few months ago maybe. It's been a while, but she made this book sound so weird and good. I feel like she might have given it 4 stars, maybe 3. I really don't think it was a 5-star read for her, but she really enjoyed like the mystery and eeriness of the book, and that is the vibe I'm going for tonight. So I have her channel linked in the description, by the way. Please go check her out. She's hilarious. I love her reviews and I love her vlogs that she does. She reads so much, and yeah, she's awesome. Go subscribe, please do it. Lastly, another graphic novel, Laura Dean Keeps Breaking Up With Me by Rosemary Valero O'Connell. And I know absolutely nothing about this one other than I see it on BookTube all the time. I feel like I've heard people talk about what this one's about. I don't really know yet, so I'm about to see for myself whether or not it passes the vibe check. Okay, I'm gonna go sit out on my porch and read. Let's do it. My neighbors already think I'm weird, so I really have nothing to lose here. I don't think. This is already not going well. Look at chapter 1. I hate it when chapters start that high on the page. Like, please give me that extra blank space to make me feel more accomplished about my reading. Okay, so it looks like I'll be taking 3 books back tomorrow. Saga Volume 3, which we already discussed. Pet Sematary by Stephen King, just because I know that I will read this at some point. I've found that I really like reading Stephen King on my Kindle because sometimes I can get kind of obsessed with which page I'm on, the page count, how fast I'm moving through it. If I can just get lost in his stories like I do more so on Kindle, then I think I'll be able to get through this faster. And then Twice in a Blue Moon by Christina Lauren. I don't know if I'll get to this in the future, but I have 2 unread Christina Lauren books on my physical TBR here at home. So I feel kind of guilty reading this from the library when I could be making some headway on what I already own. Yeah, it was fine. Like all these books, well, not the one I didn't read, but these 2 books were fine. I'm just gonna take them back for now. Let's get into why I've decided to keep the other 6. I'm keeping The Troop for now because it started with a news article, and I love mixed media, and I feel like starting something off with a news article is a really great way to grab my attention, and it was really cool. It felt different than what I was expecting in the writing style so far, so it's staying for right now. The Poet X is written in verse. I know that this main character here is going to join a slam poetry club, and the beginning was already so beautiful despite it being poetry and written in verse. It is really accessible so far. It's a great writing style, and I feel like I'm already in the story. This is the biggest surprise for me of what I'm keeping. Laura Dean Keeps Breaking Up With Me. I picked it up because I love the cover, and again, I just heard so many people talking about it, but after reading just the first like 5 or so pages, I already like this main guy here. So far, he's kind of mysterious. All I know about him is that he has a girlfriend who keeps breaking up with him, which I already knew from the title, but what's making me hold on to this is the art style. I think that it's really pretty so far. I love the black and pink and gray together and the white. I think this is just beautiful. Keeping it for now. Same thing with Uzumaki. Even if I'm not in love with the story, I do want to give this another chance just solely because of the artwork. This is the wildest first page I've ever read. I didn't even finish page 1 and I'm like, yes, I need to know this story. I actually just uploaded a video last week on my channel about weird books that I love, and if I ever do a part 2 and I do read this book, I feel like it would fit right into that video because it's already freaking weird. And last but not least is We Are the Ants, which just from the first 3 pages alone, I'm already in love with. Like, I'm in love with this book. I'm already obsessing. So this is like the most honest opening to a book. One of the most honest openings to a book I've ever read. I feel connected to this main character's voice already after like 2-3 pages, so I can't imagine what this is gonna do to me. I'm gonna keep reading tonight and keep y'all updated. Ooh, should I do a reading vlog? Maybe. Don't get your hopes up, I don't know. Can you tell I'm exhausted? This is actually what I look like about 95% of the time, so y'all are just getting to see it now. But yeah, I think I might do a reading vlog for this. I really enjoyed reading the first few pages of the books I'm gonna keep. I think I've decided to do an official July TBR too, just because I want to get through these library books, and then also the reading rush is later this month, so I want to find books that I can read throughout that week. And then also I'm filming my romance-a-thon reading wrap-up tomorrow morning. That will also be up on my channel this week. So yeah, keep an eye out for some new videos, new content and whatnot. Please subscribe if you I'm never gonna get used to saying that. Subscribe if you want to, you don't have to. Thank y'all so much for watching. This is such a wonderful community and I'm so thankful for the friends I've been making on here. And yeah, I hope that y'all have a great week. Okay, see you in the next video. Bye.